Hey, what is up guys, Card Shuffler 99 here, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to change a card like a pro. So I'm going to put this into a bit of a card trick routine, and then I'll teach you guys exactly how to do this specific card change. So Robert, why don't you go ahead and select a card, and this can be any card you want.
Turn around!
I'm not going to look. I'll turn around back, yeah. Once you got it, put it face down on the table. Make sure everybody knows what the card is, okay? I don't want to see it, and don't forget it.
Joker.
Okay, thank you.
Don't tell him, guys.
I'm going to put it somewhere in the middle. Is that about middle to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about middle. Put that in. Perfect. We're good to go. I'm going to try to do a little bit of magic here. And what if I can take your card and actually bring it to the top of the deck? That'd be pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Well, check this out.
Wait. I want to do it.
Top card. If I just give it a blow and a snap and a wave, it's actually going to be your card, the Joker. Gotta take a look and show everybody it's the Joker.
No.
Was that your card?
This ain't no Joker. This is a 9, like our 99, bro.
But like I said, well, we are Card Shuffler 99, and the 9s are pretty powerful to us. And check this out. If I go 1, 2, and 3, I can actually take it and change it straight into your Joker. That is the trick, guys. And anyway, let's get straight into the... Alright guys, so let's get straight into the tutorial of this little shapeshifter. So you can pretty much do this in a bunch of different ways. You can just do it as a simple color change, or you can do this in a routine the way I did it. Basically what it is basically 2 cards back to back, and you're basically using a finger motion to flick the cards and change it, basically is what's happening here. There's no gimmicks, nothing like that, so that's pretty cool. Is this the most practical color change? I mean, I think most people would know that you're just flipping a card over anyway. I mean, most practical people will know that it's just the card flipping over. Typically, in terms of me, performing this on the street, I would never perform it as a routine too often. I mean, if you're doing it for a little kid, that's a different story. If you're doing it to an adult, it would have to be a small part of a trick. You know what I mean? Where maybe you just start off the trick and you do a little color change, and then you actually get into your real effect. But this should not be a standalone effect. I'll just say that right now. Other times I would use it, let's say, you're sitting on a bus, you're sitting, anywhere really, just chilling around. Maybe you're on a bench or something. There's someone sitting next to you that you don't know. Maybe, sometimes if you ever whip out a deck of cards and you just start doing some cardistry, maybe they'll peer over, they'll get you, you can get their attention. Maybe I'll do a little color change, and maybe this color change can, wow them a little bit, and then maybe they'll be more intrigued to see a trick, and maybe they'll say, hey, can I see a trick? Something like that. So that's these instances in which I would use it, but I would never go up to someone and just use that as a standalone effect. Alright? But let's get straight to how to do this shapeshifter. So, a lot of people think the shapeshifter is really, really difficult, and it's not difficult at all. So, there's a couple things you need to know. One, you need to hold your middle finger and your thumb in the top corners here. So if you're a righty, this is your position. Now, if you're a lefty, it is kind of hard because you have to hold your fingers in where the pips are, which is kind of distracting. But anyway, if you're a righty, you're here. And you're using your thumb and middle finger of the other hand. And basically what's happening is you're pulling down on the card just like this. And as you do that, what's essentially happening is you're flicking. And as you flick, you're also using your middle finger to turn. So you can think about, as you do this, you're turning the card with your middle finger. Now, a lot of people, what happens to them is the card actually gets stuck on their hand, like right there, it gets caught in their finger, something like that. That's a big issue. So that's something you're just going to have to work on with the hands. I don't recommend doing this where the card is just parallel like that. This tends to not be the best position for me. I don't recommend having your hand over the card like this either, where you're just blocking the whole action, really. It'll definitely get caught on your index finger here. What I recommend is start here and just take the corner of the card and push it down the slightest bit, and you're pretty much good to go. Now, you want to arc your hand here as much as you can. So get the arc right here as large as you could possibly make it, especially as you pull the card down. That'll ensure that the card never gets caught in your hand. So all that's really happening here is you're here. Make sure the arc is as big as you can make it, and as you flick it, what you're using here is kind of the flick of your thumb, okay, and you're turning it. So if I were to just flick with my thumb, it would just be like that, right? at the same time, you need to think about using your middle finger and pushing or turning the card. So if you think about it, turn the card with your middle finger, it'll work. But just some simple tips, like I said, make this arc right here with my hand. You can see there's the arc there. Make that as large as possible. That way the card doesn't get caught in your hand. So make it as big as you can. Pull down on the card like this. I'm pulling down. As I pull down, I release and I turn with my middle finger. So I basically flip over the card with my middle finger, and that's how you essentially change the card, I guess you could say. So it's a flick and a turn is basically what's happening. Now, when you do this color change, after you actually do the shapeshifter itself, so you're here, you go 1, 2, bam, you change the card, you can simply put it on the top of the deck and you can show it's one card really. Of course, you can use a Charlier to get rid of the evidence. But one more time, it's just simple motion. Put your index or your middle finger on the top, thumb on the bottom, index finger can float around. Make sure you have this tie arc here, okay? Just so, the card, especially this corner right here, doesn't get caught on your finger. And you're just using a motion of a flick and a turn with the middle finger, okay? But yeah, that is really the entire effect. So once again, it's just a little add-on little kind of shapeshifter card effect where, you can kind of flick the card. And that's something you need to practice, is just flicking the card. Using your hands to just practice flicking the card, and then you can work on using your middle finger to turn the card into the shapeshifter. But once again, if you're ever just chilling around, you can use this in an effect a little bit, add it to a card trick, add it to a big effect where, people aren't really worried about, they did it. It's just something, it's made for entertainment, I guess you could say, where you add it to the card trick, but, the entire effect, of the trick that you're actually using isn't the shapeshifter. The actual effect is like a teleportation or something like that. So I think this is really good. It's a good way to add, some spice to your tricks. And, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. And this is Card Shuffler 99. Peace out.